Welcome to Life on Wheels in London, Episode 2. Today I want to talk about traveling by bus as a wheelchair user in London. Many people think taking the bus is easy, but as a wheelchair user, every journey can be a little different. One thing that surprised many people is that every London bus only has space for one wheelchair user at a time. If there is already a wheelchair user in that space, I can't get on that bus and I have to wait for the next one. The wheelchair area is also a priority space, but sometimes it is occupied by pushchairs, even though pushchairs can usually be folded. That doesn't always happen, which can make boarding difficult. When I'm waiting for a bus, I usually signal to the driver that I want to get on. Most drivers see me straight away, but sometimes they don't notice me and the bus drives past without stopping. It can be disappointing when you've been waiting for a while. One thing that really helped me is using the bus time app. It shows live bus arrival times, so I can see when my bus is coming. In my experience, it's usually very accurate. I also use Google Maps to help me plan my journey, find out which bus to take, where to get off, and which direction to walk. But for checking live bus arrivals, I personally find the bus times app easier and more reliable. Another challenge is when the lamp isn't working. Some drivers do everything they can to try and get it working, while others may not be able to. When that happens, I often have to wait for another bus. Once I'm on the bus, there's a blue wheelchair button that I can press when I want to get off. This lets the driver know that a wheelchair user will be leaving at the next stop and may need the lamp. Most of the time, everything works well, but occasionally things don't go as planned. There have been times when I pressed the blue button, but the driver didn't lower the lamp and drove away from my stop. Even when I tried to get their attention, they didn't hear me. It can be upsetting and stressful when that happens, especially when you are relying on the lamp to get off safely. If the bus is very full, I may not be able to get on either, so I learned to leave extra time whenever I travel. Before I started using my power wheelchair, I used a manual wheelchair. If a bus was diverted or broke down, I sometimes had to wheel myself quite a long distance to another stop or find a completely different route. I also want to talk about the positive side. I've met some wonderful bus drivers who've been kind and helpful. Some drivers will do everything they can to get a ramp working and make sure I can travel safely. Traveling by bus and a wheelchair user isn't always perfect, but every journey teaches me something new. I still learning every day, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to create this series. Thank you for watching Life on Wheel in London. If you are a wheelchair user, I love to hear about your experience travel by bus. Those small acts of kindness can make a huge difference and remind me that there are still many good people out there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Love you all. Bye.